YouTube, Quinn Wade coming to y'all with that basketball analysis, that instant analysis about my Boston Celtics winning the NBA championship against the Dallas Mavericks. It didn't go in six, it ended up ending in five, but I knew for sure the Celtics was a better team. They just defended better. They played harder, and you seen it today. The loose balls, they going for steals. They're trying to go for blocks. They're switching everything, playing man to man, helping when they need to, just forcing Luke and Kyrie into tough shots from the perimeter, and just forcing them to get a little bit physical is all we needed to do. And they didn't want to get physical, and we chose to, and it knocked them around a little bit. It got them, a little heated. It got them out of their comfort zone a little bit, and then they just started missing shots and turning the ball over, and they just couldn't recover. And I feel like that's something to be proud of. Like, and one thing, as you know, as a Celtics fan, we don't like the Lakers, and we have shown that we are the greatest franchise in NBA history, because not only do we now have one more championship than the Lakers. They tried to do the catch up and the pass up, but they couldn't do that because they couldn't get another one with LeBron and AD. But we was able to get one with Tatum and Brown, and the future is bright. We got to have some contract situations. We're going to have some stipulations that might, disrupt it a little bit and cause some noise. But we know that our goal is to win 18, which we have done now. Now our goal is to win more than that. We had to finally get one down. We had one championship that we just didn't do well. We just couldn't finish. We just couldn't get it done. But instead of making excuses, we came back each and every season trying to find a way to win with this tandem, and we got it done. Like, this team can shoot, they can score, they can defend, they can rebound, they play hard, and we just needed guys to tell us, keep going, play a little harder, and stay aggressive on both ends of the court. And I feel like that was the blueprint and why we succeeded in this series and in the playoffs. I know people are going to say we had an easy run, but we still handled our business. We still prioritized winning, and that's something you got to give us credit for. You can't disrespect us for handling our job and respecting our opponent, regardless if they're fully healthy or not. But what I will say is that's how you win championships. You don't take anything for granted. You play possession by possession. You value the possessions on both ends of the court, and you take full advantage of that situation for your own benefit and prioritize it all the way until you get to the top. And this win will just give us confidence going into next season. We already won this season by a blowout, and we was able to finish the same way. Not that many losses for us in the NBA Finals, and it's just something that you can smile about. You can really give them credit for, and it's just really an amazing thing to see a team that we always had something to say. Should they blow it up? Should they break it up? Should they trade this player? Should they do this? And Marcus Smart, unfortunately, isn't part of this team because we went the Drew Holiday route, but he was a guy that was a major difference because he was a better scorer, better player, better rebounder, just a better decision maker, and that's what we needed in those situations. And we was able to make that move as quick as we could and prioritize Drew Holiday like he should be, just like a team that won a championship with him not too long ago. We did the same thing, and we became a championship team with him, and we was able to get it done the first season. We got him just like the other team that is the Milwaukee Bucks. But when you look at the Dallas Mavericks, they came out a little flat. They came out a little slow. They didn't come out explosive like they needed to going to Boston, knowing that the Celtics are 37-4 at home. You needed a little bit more, mentality of being more focused. And as you see, the Celtics started off early, 28-18. Boston to Dallas, and then when you go into the second quarter, all the Celtics did was build upon what they did and played and did a lot more work to keep them out of the game. 39 points was an explosion for a team like the Boston Celtics, and the Mavericks was only able to score 28 points. And then the Mavericks dwindled a little bit, 21 Dallas to 19 Boston, and obviously 21-20 Dallas to Boston for a score of 106 to 88. The Mavericks didn't even score 90 points this game. That's how great of a defensive team the Celtics were out there tonight, and they only scored 88 points total. That's the lowest of the entire run, and this is a closeout game. You expect them to do more. PJ Washington didn't really do much 4 points, negative 26 and plus minus. You need him to be in double figures as much as you can to give you the best chance of winning. They was able to take the corner threes away. They was able to take his aggression away, and he just couldn't get hot at all. Negative 26 and plus minus, 3 personal fouls, 4 turnovers. He also had 2 blocks, 3 assists, 0 of 5 from the 3-point line, 2 of 7 from the field. He didn't shoot the ball well. He turned the ball over a lot, trying to do a little bit too much creation. He really don't have the skill set for that, and the Celtics capitalized off that. Derrick Jones Jr., 10 points, negative 8 and plus minus. He did have a decent block, but he was 1 of 2 from the free throw line. That didn't work. The threes didn't work, 1 of 4. He was 4 of 8 from the field. That's a decent game, but you need somebody else to step up because Gafford, he got some dunks in there, but he was only held to 6 points, negative 7 and plus minus, 1 personal foul, 3 rebounds. He had 2 offensive rebounds. He was 3 of 5 from the field. He filled that paint, but nobody could really always feed him because they could have so much trouble getting to the lane. They had so much trouble getting the pass to get through that you have to credit the defense of the Celtics for that. Kyrie Irving was held to under 20 points and under 30 again. 15 points, negative 11 and plus minus, 2 personal fouls, 1 turnover. He did have 1 steal. If he couldn't score, he decided to distribute. So having 1 turnover to 9 assists was a great impact on the game, but he needed to do way more to beat the Celtics team. That just show you how great they are and what you really have to do to beat them. 3 rebounds, 1 of them was offensive. He was 2 of 2 from the free throw line, which is excellent. 3 of 9 from the 3-point line, which is decent, and 5 of 16 in the field, which is not what you want to see from a scorer, especially when you're trailing majority of the game, especially after the first 2 quarters, and you couldn't really give them a glimmer of hope because of the third quarter not really going your way either fully because the Celtics just never squander any of the lead. And then you look at Luka Doncic, 28 points, negative 19 and plus minus. He had 3 personal fouls. He had 7 huge turnovers, and a lot of them led to baskets. He did have 3 steals, but they didn't really score on them like you thought that they would. They slowed it down a lot instead of going transition or semi-transition. A lot of it has to do with his quickness ability and not being able to get up the court the way that they need to. He did have 12 rebounds, a double-double for him, but you held his teammates in check. You held the playmaking in check, and you just let him score and rebound and fill up numbers. But, he did as what he could to contribute to the team, but he also was 2 of 5 from the free throw line. That didn't help. He was 2 of 9 from 3. That didn't help. And he was 12 of 25 from the field. Like 2 of 5 from the free throw line, 2 of 9 from 3, and 12 of 25 from the field is not going to get it done. As an elite scorer, like they say, or elite offensive player, he showed that he's more flawed than elite. I would say he's a great player. I wouldn't say he's a number 1 based off this finals because you're going to need a lot more to win a championship, and that's why they only won 1 game. Maxi Kleber, 2 points, negative 12 and plus minus, 2 personal fouls, 1 assist, 3 rebounds, 1 of them was offensive, 0 of 2 from the 3-point line, 1 of 3 from the field. You also got Green, who had 14 points, negative 8 and plus minus. He did have 1 personal foul, 2 rebounds, 1 of them was offensive. He was 4 of 6 from the 3-point line. Really got hot, really kept them in it as long as he could, but the lead just kept growing because they couldn't make shots after that. And 5 of 8 from the field. Lively only had 2. He was negative 6 and plus minus. He had 5 personal fouls, 1 turnover, 1 block. He did have 4 rebounds, and 2 of them was offensive. He was 1 of 2 from the field. And Jay Nardi was one of the guys that had 3 points. He was 1 of 2 from the field. One of his shots was a free throw that he made, but he missed the other, and he was plus 3 and plus minus. The team in general, 44% from the field. That's a little below average from volume scoring. 11 to 37 from the 3-point line. That's 29%. That's way below average, but that's what the Celtics been doing. If you keep them from the corner threes and you keep them, a guy in front of them, it really makes it tough for them to shoot threes because none of them are really open. And now you got to take contested or you got to take closed out threes. And this team just wasn't able to hit those shots. And the free throws again, 7 to 13 from the free throw line. That's 53%. That's way below average. And then Morris was the only guy that didn't play. Everybody else got a chance to get on that stage. And then Jason Tatum, he had a huge game. 31 points plus 18 and plus minus, 2 personal fouls, 2 turnovers. He did have 2 steals and 11 assists. That's a double-double for him. He finished with 8 rebounds. 1 of them was offensive. 8 of 8 from the free throw line, didn't miss 1. He did struggle from 3. He was 1 of 7 from 3. That zigzag, rock you to sleep type of 3 didn't hit. as much tonight as it usually does. And, he even missed the spot ups by, trying to make it seem like he didn't really want to shoot the shot or he wanted to put the ball on the floor and drive. Couldn't really make his mind up fully. And that's why he shot 11 to 24. He's still in his head a lot. He still don't know what he really wants to do sometimes. And you lose some clock on that. And then you got to speed it up a little bit. And then it leads to bad turnovers and bad shots. And he did have 2 turnovers tonight, and he didn't really shoot, above 50%. But he also didn't shoot too terrible. Ali Horford finally won the championship. He goes to the number one seeded Celtics, and then they was able to do the same thing the Hawks was able to do, but they was able to finish with a championship with Al Horford on that roster this season. Number one team in the NBA, but ending with a championship is how you want to end it. 9 points, plus 20 and plus minus. 3 personal fouls, 2 steals, 2 assists. He did get 9 huge rebounds. 2 of them was offensive. He was 1 or 2 from the free throw line, 2 or 3 from the 3-point line. Really stretched that floor. Really knew where to be at on the court, offensively and defensively. And he was 3 or 6 from the field. That's 50%. Drew Holiday was huge. Cutting, keeping the defense guessing, moving, for easy baskets and keeping guys, involved and getting in using his communication skills to tell them what they need to do, how to make their job easier. And he was just leading by example and just being a great mentor of how to close out and how to play great basketball. And he was just waking guys up, telling them just live in this moment, play in this moment, and do your thing in these moments. And 15 points for him, plus 21 and plus minus, 3 personal foul, 2 turnovers, 1 block, 4 assists. He had 11 rebounds. 4 of them was offensive. He was 1 to 3 from 3, 7 to 14 from the field, which is 50%. That's huge efficiency. Derek White did the same, 14 points, plus 1 and plus minus. He did have 2 turnovers, but he did do it defensively, 1 block, 2 steals. He also had 1 assist. 8 rebounds, 4 of them was offensive. He made all his free throws 2 of 2. He was 4 of 8 from 3. That's 50% from 3. That's above average. That's a great shooting game considering that someone was contested, and he was 4 of 10 from the field. Jaylen Brown was the Finals MVP, something that people didn't really see coming going into the playoffs. They thought it was Tatum's team. They thought Tatum was a better player. I just said, and I always told people, it don't really matter who the better player, as long as they can play together and as long as they get along with each other. That's a great tandem to have, and they ended up winning the championship playing together instead of trying to do it separate or do it apart from each other. They decided to always say grass ain't always greener on the other side, and that's some truth to it, and it's a good saying because they was able to do it together instead of doing it apart from each other. And plus 20 and plus minus for that. 4 personal fouls, 1 turnover, 2 steals, 6 assists, 5 or 6 from the free throw line. Only missing 1 there. He was 2 of 9 from 3, but he made it when it mattered, and 7 of 23 from the field. Not the greatest efficiency in his game, but he was a huge defender. Really took that challenge to guard Luka like Drew Holiday did, and they did it very well. Everybody was confident in that matchup on Kyrie and Luka, and their numbers and their efficiency shows that the Celtics did match up with them great. And defensively, and that was one of the biggest deciding factors in this game and in this series. Sam Hauser, 8 points, plus 3 and plus minus, 1 personal foul, 1 steal, 1 assist, 4 rebounds. 3 of them was offensive, 2 of 5 from the 3-point line. 2 of 6 from the 3-point line, and 3 of 7 from the field. And then after that, Porzingis only had 5 points. He did play, plus 8 and plus minus. 2 personal fouls, 1 rebound, 2 of 4 from the field, 0 of 2 from the 3-point line, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He was huge in game 1 and game 2, really put them in a great position to win the series. And then he comes back and just give his presence and his, stature and just being a guy that really is important to what this team is trying to do. And we missed him. Peyton Pritchard, obviously 3 points. He had another buzzer beater. That's all he really needed to keep the energy in the crowd, where they needed to be, head wise and mentally. Plus 1 and plus minus, 1 of 1 from the 3-point line, 1 of 1 from the field. And that was it. Everybody else didn't play. Coach's decision. We did shoot 42% from the field. We did shoot 33% from 3. Not where you want to be offensively, not where you want to be from the 3-point line, but they did shoot well from the free throw line, 85%, 17 to 20 from the free throw line. But other than that, all I can say is I'm proud of the Celtics for getting it done. I'm proud that they was able to, conquer some of them demons that kept coming and hunting them, it took a long time to win with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. They're all stars. They're all NBA players. They're one of the best duos in the league. That's what everybody would say. That's what everybody would tell you. But why didn't you get it done? We'll do it. How much talent do you need to get it done? Well, now you know how much they needed to get it done because they got it done now. And the East is getting better. The West is getting better, and we know these things because we have seen the drafts, we have seen the free agency. We know one big move can change the whole thing in the NBA. That's what happened when we traded for Porzingis. That's what happened when we traded for Drew Holiday. It just showed you that we were trying to build the best team early and then conquer the season and then conquer the playoffs from the start, from the jump. And I feel like we definitely did that. And we actually ended it by dominating in the playoffs by only going 5 and being able to take advantage of our defense and our, chaotic type of offense where we can be sporadic. We can be very, disciplined in our defense, and the transition and the semi-transition can really smooth out our shooting woes and our ego woes when it comes to the offensive end. We hear what the fans saying. We hear what players against us are saying. They trying to get us out of our game. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, but we still was able to focus enough to get it done. And you can give credit to Joe Mazzulla for that, a huge amount of credit for that. You can give credit to Drew Holiday, showing you to keep it simple. That's all you really need to do after, seeing how he was going to the backdoor cuts, seeing how he was always able to get to the rim without even having to drive a lot of times. And he said, keep your head up, make sure you're trying to pass the ball, high-low passing, make the pass to the corner. If you're driving, go all the way downhill to see if your guy is open. Always keep your head up so you can find where the passes need to go. And guys started buying into that, and it all started with Joe Mazzulla making sure they knew teamwork make the dream work, and that's something that the Celtics always said. That's something that we all have always been about, and now you can see how we got it done. But other than that, Quinn Wade signing out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for hitting the notification bell. Thanks for following my channel. I'm very, very proud of the Celtics. Like, I've been a Celtics fan ever since I was a kid. Paul Pierce was my favorite player. I went to Boston in 2008 when they won the championship. And it was just good to kick it with these people in Boston and see how they live, see how they do, see their culture, and still be able to see their team, win another championship since I don't live there, obviously. And seeing how hard it is to win one, and the focus you need to have to win one, and the patience you need to have to win one, and the tolerance of knowing that people are not going to be happy and not going to be satisfied, even if it adds to years, and still being able to get out that funk and still want that ability to win one, and them being able to get it done today was just great to see. Other than that, I'll see you guys later. Hopefully, gone.